An Amish lady was driving her horse-drawn buggy to town with her young son when she was stopped by a highway patrol officer. "I'm not going to cite you," said the officer. "I just wanted to warn you that the reflector on the back of your buggy is broken, and it could be dangerous." "I thank thee," said the Amish lady. "I shall have my husband repair it as soon as we return home." "Also," said the officer, "I noticed that one of the reins to your horse seems to have wrapped itself around your horse's testicles. Some might consider this to be cruelty to animals, so you'd best have your husband check that too." "Again, I thank thee," said the Amish lady. "I shall have my husband check this also when I return home." True to her word, when the Amish lady got home, she told her husband about the broken reflector, and her husband said that he would repair it immediately. "Also," said the Amish lady, "the policeman said there was something wrong with our emergency brake." A young blonde woman decides to try horseback riding even though she has had no lessons or prior experience. She mounts the horse unassisted, and the horse immediately springs into action. As the horse gallops along at a steady and rhythmic pace, the blonde begins to slip from the saddle. In terror, she grabs for the horse's mane but cannot get a firm grip. She tries to throw her arms around the horse's neck, but she slides down the side of the horse anyway. The horse gallops along, seemingly oblivious of its slipping rider. Finally, losing her frail grip, the blonde attempts to leap away from the horse and throw herself to safety. Unfortunately, her foot becomes entangled in the stirrup, and she is now at the mercy of the horse's pounding hooves as her head is struck against the ground over and over and over. As her head is battered against the ground, and she is mere moments away from unconsciousness, to her great fortune, the Walmart greeter sees her and unplugs the horse. A man is flying in a hot air balloon when he realizes that he's lost. He vents some air from the balloon to get lower to the ground, to find someone to help him. After a while, he sees someone down below, walking across the field. He calls out to the man below, "Hey, can you tell me where I am?" The man on the ground calls up, "Yeah, you're in a hot air balloon hovering about 100 feet above this field." The balloonist shakes his head and says, "You must be an engineer." The man on the ground is amazed. "Yeah, that's right. How did you know?" "Because your answer was technically accurate, but in reality, useless." The man on the ground answers, "Oh yeah? Well, you must be management." Now the balloonist is amazed. "That's right. How did you know?" The man on the ground answers, "Because you've got no clue as to where you are or where you're going. But you expect me to be able to help you, and you're in exactly the same mess you were before you asked me for help. But now it's my fault." A couple decide that they need a guard dog. The guy goes to a pet shop and says to one of the employees, "I need a guard dog to protect my house." The employee responds, "I have the perfect dog for you." He then showed him a Chihuahua. The man was not impressed and said, "I need a dog that can guard our house and fend off burglars. A Chihuahua can't do that." "But this is no regular Chihuahua, it's an attack Chihuahua," the employee said. "Here, I'll show you how it works." "Attack Chihuahua chair." The employee pointed at a chair, and the guy and the employee watched as the Chihuahua destroyed the chair, leaving only splinters behind. "Wow," the guy said, "but I still think we need a real guard dog." "Are you sure?" he responded. "Here, I'll show you again. Attack Chihuahua table." He pointed to a table, and again, the Chihuahua absolutely destroyed the table. The man said, Okay, I'll take it." When he brought it home, his wife was very angry. "Why did you buy a Chihuahua?" she yelled. "Because," he responded, "this is no ordinary Chihuahua, this is an attack Chihuahua." She responded, "Attack Chihuahua, my ass." An older, gray-haired man walked into a jewelry store with a beautiful young girl at his side. He told the jeweler he was looking for a special ring for his girlfriend. The jeweler looked through his stock, then brought out a $500 ring and showed it to him. The old man said, "I don't think you understand. I want something very special." The jeweler went to his special stock and returned with another ring. "Here's a stunning ring at only $20,000, the jeweler said. The young lady's eyes sparkled, and her whole body trembled with excitement. Seeing this, the old man said, "We'll take it." The jeweler asked if he would like to finance it, and the old man stated he would pay by check. The old man told him, "I know you need to make sure my check is good, so I'll write it now, and you can call the bank on Monday to verify the funds. I'll pick the ring up Monday afternoon." Monday morning, a very angry jeweler phoned the old man. "There's no money in that account," the jeweler fumed. "I know," said the old man, "but can you imagine the weekend I had?" It was a cold winter's day when an old man walked out onto a frozen lake, cut a hole in the ice, dropped in his fishing line, and began waiting for a fish to bite. He was there for almost 2 hours without even a nibble. When a young boy walked out onto the ice, cut a hole in the ice not too far from the old man, and dropped in his fishing line. It only took about a minute, and wham! A largemouth bass was hooked, and the boy pulled in the fish. The old man couldn't believe it, but figured it was just luck. But boy dropped in his line again, and within just a few minutes hooked another one. This went on until finally the old man couldn't take it anymore. He went to the boy and said, "Son, I've been here for over 2 hours without even a nibble. You have been here only a few minutes and have caught about half a dozen fish. How do you do it?" The boy responded, "Roo raf roo reep ra rums ram." "What was that?" the old man asked. Again, the boy responded, "Roo raf roo reep ra rums ram." "Look," said the old man, "I can't understand a word you are saying." So the boy spat into his hand and said, "You have to keep the worms warm." An old Texas cowhand came riding into town on a hot, dry, dusty day. The local sheriff watched from his chair in front of the saloon as the cowboy wearily dismounted and tied his horse to the rail a few feet away. "Howdy, stranger," said the sheriff. "Howdy, sheriff," said the cowboy. The cowboy moved slowly to the back of the horse, lifted its tail, and placed a big kiss where the sun doesn't shine. Then he dropped the horse's tail, stepped up on the walk, and aimed towards the doors of the saloon. "Hold on there, mister," said the sheriff. "Did I just see what I think I saw?" "I reckon you did," answered the cowboy. "I got me some powerful chapped lips." "And does that cure them?" the sheriff asked. "Nope," the cowboy replied, "but it keeps me from licking them." A defendant in a lawsuit involving large sums of money said to his lawyer, "If I lose this case, I'll be ruined." "It's in the judge's hands now," said the lawyer. "Would it help if I sent the judge a box of cigars?" asked the defendant. "Oh no," said the lawyer. "This judge is a stickler for ethical behavior. A stunt like that would prejudice him against you. He might even find you in contempt of the court. In fact, you shouldn't even smile at the judge." "I see. Good to know," said his client. Within the course of time, the judge rendered a decision in favor of the defendant. As the defendant left the courthouse, he said to his lawyer, "Thanks for the tip about the cigars." "I'm sure we would have lost the case if you'd sent them," said the lawyer. "But I did send them," said his client. "What? You did?" "Yes. That's how we won the case." "I don't understand," said his lawyer. "It's easy. I sent the cheapest cigars that I could find to the judge, but enclosed the plaintiff's business card." My friends, if you want to watch other funny jokes, subscribe to the channel.